Hi, I'm Callie Yanta, and welcome to this edition of Minnesota Marriage Minute, an exploration of issues related to the proposed Marriage Protection Amendment. Today, let's look at a perspective that some have raised in this debate. Shouldn't the government get out of the business of regulating marriage and leave it to adults to decide marriage for themselves? This is a question that is often used to argue that the government should not play a role in private matters. However, the premise of that argument fails when you try to apply it to marriage. Marriage is not a private matter that exists only for the benefit of adults. Marriage serves an intrinsically public purpose to provide for the care and development of the next generation, connecting children to the people responsible for bringing them into the world, their parents. Government did not create marriage. It merely recognizes it as the important public institution that it is. And as such, government has no business redefining marriage. Yet that is exactly what special interest advocates, activist judges, and politicians are attempting to do. When we undermine institutions like marriage that help nurture responsible citizens, government has to often step in to address the ensuing social breakdown. Family fragmentation is a major source of the growth of domestic federal spending. When marriage declines, government expands. Now, here are just two examples. The Brookings Institution found that when someone graduates from high school, holds a job, waits to get married until age 21, and has children after marriage, the chance of them being in poverty is just 2%. When those conditions are absent, it is 77%. Another fact, the cost of divorce is estimated at $112 billion annually. When families end up in poverty, the government often must step in with a range of costly programs, including food stamps, welfare, housing assistance, and other services. Marriage loses its shape and purpose when it is transformed from an essential public institution into a private individual matter. If marriage is made to suit whatever form that any two adults decide, then society would also be required to accept all people's definitions of marriage. Why not polygamy, polyamory, and plural marriage if that's what some people desire? We have known for thousands of years what marriage means. It's the union of one man and one woman. When political activists are allowed to redefine marriage, they are also apt to redefine other important concepts. In California, for example, activists are trying to redefine gender, teaching kids that they can choose their gender for themselves.
First and second graders are getting a 1-hour lesson on gender diversity. A California school has hired a gender coach to teach students that there's more than one way to be a boy or a girl.
And now activists there are also trying to redefine the state's definition of parenthood, claiming that children can legally have 3 parents. If they can have 3 parents, why not 4 or even more? As we've talked about in other episodes, experience in other states and countries shows that if marriage is redefined to make it genderless, those who disagree with this new definition will be punished by the state. The Minnesota Marriage Protection Amendment puts our current definition of marriage as the union of one man and one woman into our state constitution, where it will be protected from being redefined by political advocates and activist judges and politicians. To learn more about the Marriage Protection Amendment, please go to minnesotaformarriage.com. I'm Callie Yanta. Thanks so much for watching.